What's up, Banana Bunch? Mark here with the Jungle Games Podcast, and we got a great episode for you. What the
What's up, Banana Bunch? Bunch?
Welcome to the Jungle Gyms Podcast. What's up, Banana Bunch? Welcome to the Jungle Gyms Podcast. We're having a great time today here. It's another Wednesday, another time for you to check out the show. We're live in the store right now. You can see me hanging out here back by Hot Sauce. We've got all kinds of fun stuff for you planned today. So this week, I've actually got a really good one. We are helping launch, and it's in stores now. It's called Doh Joy bread. It is a keto-friendly bread. We're going to learn all about the process of making that bread, and we're going to do one of my favorite things I've gotten to do yet. I've wanted to do this for a while, and we're doing some taste tests with some customers on the show. Really looking forward to that. But, you know, this is a good part for me to say, hey, if you're listening to the show right now, I appreciate it. But I would love if you could also watch the show on YouTube. Now, you don't have to. You can still enjoy this as an audio-only format. But we're just such a visually interesting store, and there's so much to see that I would just really love for you to check it out, too. So you can follow us on YouTube. But if you're sticking with the audio, that's cool. Leave me a review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, as they like to be called now, or Spotify, depending on your platform of choice. It'd be awesome. Now, of course, for the show, I always love to do fun, interesting things like let you know about new products that are coming out, all that kind of stuff. And one of the cool things about Jungle Gyms to me is that if we carry a product line, maybe you've heard of it before, like this giant jug of Tabasco that I've been carrying off camera the whole time and maybe regretted not just leaving it on the floor at first. But we have this whole line of Tabasco products. So, as part of our Deal Squeal Imports versus Domestics in that series, I got my buddy Vollet to come in here, and Chris is going to run down this whole lineup of all these different Tabasco products. So come on in and check out some products like this. We'll go there first. Okay. All right, Chris, what are we doing today?
Hot sauce, my man.
Sounds good. Okay, so one of my favorite things about Jungle Gyms, and I've talked about this on the show, and I think Beckett mentioned this once when he was in here talking about international products. If we carry a product, we carry the whole thing. So if you're going to your usual, grocery store chain or whatever you're into and backhanding a bag of Tostitos on accident, the three you're going to find most commonly are these three right here. You probably have only really got hip to these two because you go to Chipotle for lunch. I'm one of them. I love the Chipotle one. And the classic red pepper, it's great. But at Jungle Gyms, you see there's what? You have the classic three, and then we have 6, 7, 8, or 5, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 more. I'm probably not right. I'm trying to count quickly on air. This is terrible. It's a terrible thing. Don't make me count. I'm not a pig that counts things. What do animals count things? Is that horses? It doesn't matter.
The good news is you got it right. It's 8.
We're off to a great start, right out of the gate.
You animal.
I am an animal. But no, so I thought it was fun that we had these. So
sheep.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit. What, sheep?
Don't you count sheep?
You count sheep, but I think one of the animals can be trained to count things, but I think it is horses.
Okay.
Horse fanatics confirm my bias here. So yeah, we've got all these different sauces. So yeah, talk to me, baby.
As you said, the 3 classics, what we know.
The 3 amigos.
I haven't had any others. I am new to you with this.
Cool.
The Family Reserve, I think it's a bit of a different aging process. I believe the spice level is the same. I believe it comes from the same exact family.
Right.
Just as any special reserve or family reserve kind of thing goes.
Yeah, I think they age them in like vinegar.
Well, it is vinegar,
right?
yes.
Okay.
But I think what it probably is the aging longevity.
And that, for 8 years in white oak barrels. Wow.
Aged up to 8 years. Okay.
That's cool. Great.
So now we know.
Good start. I was excited about the rest of the lineup. What grabbed me first is I was like, oh, wow, Tabasco makes their own Sriracha style sauce. That's pretty cool.
I think they had to do it. I think it's a good move. And,
smart.
And I'm curious to see, because Sriracha to me is a flavor of its own, as well as Tabasco is a flavor of its own. Right. So now Tabasco has Sriracha. What's going on there?
Hey, we're mixing it up. Don't tell the Band-Aid people. They're going to start making other products still.
Yeah.
So one of the ones, this one is one I am familiar with. This is the raspberry Chipotle here. That's a personal favorite for me.
Had it.
And I should mention while we're doing this is not sponsored content. We just found a bunch of hot sauce and we're like, oh, this is a great one. And it's a familiar brand to all of you. But Tabasco, if you are watching, I'll send you my Venmo.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, all kidding aside, I guess I wasn't kidding. I will send you my Venmo. But I was excited to maybe try one of these to see what's different because I haven't heard of most of these. What's the white one here again? What is this? That's a traditional buffalo style hot sauce. Yeah. So that's made out of buffaloes, which is really crazy. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
They just chop the wings right off.
Right off. We got it looks like a sweet one, right?
Sweet and spicy, I think.
Which is just big on every flavor profile now. Sweet and spicy is the thing, right? Ice creams, candy, sweet and spicy is the thing. And then we got, I believe it's scorpion, too hot for me.
Yeah, a little too much heat. I'm not trying to prove myself to
I think it's cayenne and garlic, and then a habanero.
This is probably still kind of spicy, and then, of course, the other two we mentioned.
I think we should go sweet and spicy.
I'm here with you on that, so let's bust this baby out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there. I just felt very confident in opening this.
You got the quick reach.
Every so often.
Whoa!
Yeah, we'll find it later, folks.
Yeah.
All right, here's the bottle for you. I'll put the box back in place here, and then we brought some of these lovely tortilla chips to try it on because apparently that is the favorite snack for tasting stuff. Would you care to grab some chips for yourself?
Thank you, sir.
This is chip bag ASMR videos. Hi, my name is Mark, and I'll be talking to you about these chips today. All right, let's do it, though, for real. Oh, yeah, you got a good one. I pulled a bunch out.
All right.
Ooh, that's got a big mouthpiece.
It does.
It's got a big old mouth on it. Ooh, it's thick. Okay, so first thoughts, already thicker than traditional Tabasco.
You can smell the sweet. You can smell the spice.
Ooh, I'm here for this. Trying to think of how best to eat this.
Oh, yeah. You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
Have you had Mayploy?
No.
Mayploy is a lot sweeter.
Okay.
It's more for even basting or if you cook like a pork tenderloin, a great dipper.
Yeah. I love a good dipper.
That's more, what's the word? Like I was saying with the alcohol. Sorry, I can't think of the word.
It's okay. We can cut around it.
That's more concentrated.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. It's like a little more potent.
That is wonderful.
That is really wonderful. It gave me instantly, I was just like, I'm having Asian cuisine right now. Like almost like a little Korean food.
Absolutely.
Mayploy, though, that's not Korean.
I'm going back
I don't
in.
think. Yeah.
It's a product here.
Yeah.
You would recognize
I can see the image in my head. That's good. That's like one of those things that I would continue. I'm glad that that's the one we picked. That's really good. Tabasco, you've done it. You've done it again.
They got it right, but you know what it is?
Yeah.
To me, it's really sweet on the front.
Yep.
Heat comes after.
Yeah.
And a little bit together.
Yeah, and usually together is best.
It's good.
Sorry.
Fine.
So there was like that trend for a minute where everyone, like Frank's Red Hot made one where everybody was trying to do like the Thai sweet chili thing.
Yes.
And I always thought that those kind of forgot to be spicy still. They were just like mostly sweet. This still keeps some of that, like that spice profile. It almost reminds me a little bit of, it's almost like they put like a sweeter, it's almost like a bit like hot honey in an aspect. It's like hot honey blended with Tabasco is kind of the vibe.
Well put.
Yeah.
It's not too hot.
No, not at all.
It's kind of a good amount of heat.
Right.
It's, yeah, calm.
I mean, we're not spice guys, and we're just sitting here. That's the note. It's ginger on the front too. It's their least spicy of all of them.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm glad they put that little indicator on there. You can see it up there where they have the 1 to 5 spice rating. Yeah, but we're not spice guys, and we're just like, yeah, we'll just
5
eat
flames
this
on
sauce.
taste.
Yeah, amen. I'm into it.
Yeah,
that's cool. So yeah, come into Jungle Jim's when you come here. Try the whole lineup. You know, we're one of those places where you can find that product that you don't get anywhere else. You're like, oh, I didn't even know this existed. I mean, that's how I was with the raspberry Chipotle. I buy the Chipotle one all the time. / maybe I've liberated a few bottles from Chipotle, the restaurant, in my time. I don't encourage it, to be clear.
That's okay.
But it's good. That was good. That was one of those times I was like, oh, I didn't even know this flavor existed. I'm going to buy this. Marinate your chicken in it. Or protein of choice.
I kind of think we should check out the Sriracha.
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, I'm here. We're in Rome, right?
This is two
I'll go to
brand
the
names.
Coliseum.
It's two brand names with two distinct tastes.
So wait,
I got to figure out what's what.
if I recall, I don't think Sriracha is a brand name. I think it's a type of thing, right? Because it's like
It is.
Hoi Fong, I think, is like the
It's Hoi Fong,
famous
yes.
cock sauce bottle.
Yeah, but don't you feel like he
Let a
pioneered
real man
it?
try this.
He pioneered it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Did it open for you?
yeah.
It's because I loosened it up.
Yeah, you did. No, I can't do that part.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no.
Team effort.
Yeah.
Well, still, I do want to say that Sriracha is synonymous with Hoi Fong, the green top.
Right, exactly. Green top.
That's all I mean,
Little
I
big rooster on the bottle. Yeah, I was a bunch of my friends growing up. They just always called it a cock sauce, which we were 12. We're like, but there's a giant rooster on it, so they're not wrong.
They're not.
All right, let's go for it. This smells great. I do like a little Sriracha in my day. I like that it's thick, and I almost said something that I thought was so obnoxious when Sriracha first got popular. You'd have all those people like, it's like adult ketchup. All right, that's enough. No more talking at brunch.
I'll be the judge.
Whoa, a little heat came in on the back end there.
You know what? It's more vinegary.
He's going back in. Yeah, you're right. And it's sweet on the front end too, more so than I was anticipating.
It's good.
But it also has a good amount of heat on the back end. It's less garlicky, I think, than the traditional Sriracha sauce.
I don't think it's personally as hot
No,
as
not at all.
Hoi Fong.
No, it's definitely made for white people, for sure.
Yeah,
And that's not a bad thing. We have
Normal.
soft taste buds.
that's all right.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Hit me. Give me a little more juice. That's cool.
It's good.
Well, folks, if you want, come by the studio sometime. You can try one of these sauces if you haven't caught me drinking it all out of the bottle. That was great.
It was.
I'm looking forward to more bits like this, Chris. Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
Chris, thanks so much for joining me on the show today. I always love doing these bits with you, whether it's a deal squeal, imports versus domestics, or if we're just exploring a product line in full, which, again, I know we've probably said it 3 times at this point. But when it comes to products, if we're going to carry any product, we're going to carry all of that company's products if it's available to us. So come on in, check some stuff out. And if you don't feel like doing that, we've recently added a product search to our website. So you can actually go before you come in and see if we've got stuff in. And that way you don't even have to talk to me. But if you want to talk to me, you can shoot me an email, podcast@junglegyms.com. But if you don't, sounds like your loss. Now, speaking of things we're losing, how about carbs? That's right, I'm about to sit down with Julie of Doh Joy Breads. She's going to teach us all about her brand new keto-friendly bread that's here in the store right now. I love it. I like this. I want this to look, for the audio listeners, you can't see, but we're in the middle of the store right now. So I love when people walk through it. And I'm being very serious about that. I want it to look lived in. But anyway, we're talking to Julie about Doh Joy Breads. We did one of the things that I've been so excited about, and I know I set this up at the beginning of the show, but we actually did a taste test on it. But Julie's going to walk us through the process, talk to us a little bit about the keto diet, and much, much more. So let me toss this to you, Julie. Hi, Julie. Welcome to the studio today. I'm holding a loaf of bread. I'm pretty excited about this.
Oh, you should be. It's bread.
I'm gonna move this
There's nothing more exciting than bread. Honestly, of all the foods, I think bread is the one to be excited about.
It really is. And I think everybody gets really excited about the concept of carbs, but in the fun way now. So talk to me a little bit about what's going on here with Doh Joy here.
Yes.
Holding up to the mark cam.
Yes. Doh Joy is just, well, we say that you can have a slice of joy when you eat Doh Joy because this is real bread. It just is absent of carbs in the form of net carbs. So it's full of dietary fiber. So that comes with carbs, but that metabolizes in your body. So it doesn't convert to sugar.
Oh, cool.
So the carbs that convert to sugar are absent in this bread.
Awesome.
So you're just left with a delicious tasting real white bread with no carb impact, no sugar, lots of dietary fiber and protein.
That's like the big thing right now. I feel like if everybody could just, they're very hot on the carb-free lifestyle.
Yes.
I'm into it. It's been good. It's like nice. I kind of love about these products that we get a lot of dietary fiber because I feel like that's one of those things that's lacking in the American diet, whether we admit it or not.
Huge. Yeah, and it has been for a long time, and that's why you see incidences of obesity being outrageous in the U.S. and diabetes and all these things. And so, bread, I don't know, 20 years or so ago sort of became public enemy, number 1, maybe 2 behind sugar. I mean, when I found out that I really shouldn't be eating gummy bears, I was really, really sad. But then quickly after, it's like, seriously, and bread too. But I think that's where we've kind of gone wrong, though. You know, like, yes, we need to control our carbs. Yes, we need to control sugar. But eliminating bread from your diet is just sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad. I mean, bread comes with, there is so much, like, think of the symbolism of bread.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, bread goes back to ancient times.
Yeah.
You know, it's really kind of that first manufactured, if you will, food that man ever made.
Right.
Egyptians created it.
That's a great point.
8,000 BC, because they created a device that would mill grain.
Oh, wow.
And so from that, they created an unleavened bread. And then they're also the ones who sort of figured out yeast. You know, and so bread is basically flour, yeast, water, and salt. And they figured that yeast, there was something happening, like it would bubble and it would ferment. And they thought that yeast they didn't know what it was, but they thought it was magic. They thought that the gods gave them this wonderful thing that caused them to create bread. And from there, you know, it's referenced in religion, it's referenced in culture. I mean, it's the stuff, I mean, bread, you could actually say, has a societal role in a lot of ways too. Like during the French Revolution, when the economy was collapsing, the people lived on bread, like in France. That was the food source. That was a primary food source. And so when the economy was collapsing in the late 1700s and the French decided that they were going to increase the price of bread, what happened? Like, heads literally ruled.
Right.
So this is just a food that literally is life.
Doh Joy's out here preventing decapitations. That's what I took away from this story.
It certainly is there to give us joy again at the table.
Yeah, that's what, you know, and the whole time I was just thinking, I'm like, yeah, even the expression breaking bread, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's a reason why we've gone to that.
I mean, yes, and that's really about in wartime, if you broke bread with your enemy, you were trying to negotiate peace.
Yeah.
You know, so bread had a role at the table.
A roll at the table. I've got terrible puns. That's about where my brain is this week.
You're forgiven for the pun.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But now, don't get me started on, I mean, I love bread. I mean, truly, in my diet of all of the foods, bread is my favorite.
Yeah,
and
it's fun.
I don't know about you, but like, I think of my childhood memories, and my grandmother's house when I was growing up always smelled like fresh baked bread. So it kind of, that scent and that flavor takes you back to a place in time.
Yeah, I love a good food memory like that, you know?
Yeah, so we don't want to eliminate that.
No, not at all. I think it's that funny thing you see in memes. I feel like this show secretly is just describing meme culture all the time, but I see it all the time in memes where people are just like, I'm unhappy because I've cut all these carbs out of my life.
Right.
And it's been kind of wonderful for me to see brands like yourself that are coming out and going like, hey, you know what? Maybe you can actually still have this thing. Maybe there's some other areas of our lives we can focus on differently to adjust. Right. And you're creating this great product. And, you know, look, I'm not going to lie to the audience. I will save that for later in the show. But having tried this already, I've been eating it a lot lately. And I'm one of those people that's been, I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm carb cutting, but I'm trying to be carb conscious, right? Yes. You know, and removing things like refined sugars from my diet and that kind of stuff. But it's been really refreshing to just go in here and be able to actually have a guilt-free sandwich.
And
you know?
that is the key. You know, there's so many products on the market that are also, you know, low carb, keto friendly, dirty keto, whatever you want to call it.
Dirty keto. I haven't heard that yet. That sounds like probably what I'm doing. It's like, oh yeah, it's carb-free bread, but I'm gonna eat, you know, I don't know, marshmallows or something. Well,
right, because following a strict keto diet is really, really hard.
Yeah. And
really not very sustainable.
Yeah.
I tried it, and you know, that is sort of the part of the evolution story of this product. Gosh, you know, it was in the Atkins days that I did the keto thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's highly effective for about 9 months. It was the only diet I was able to continue for 9 months.
Sure.
You know, that was the best diet I'd ever been on. And I lost a bunch of weight. But at some point, you just miss bread.
Right.
And that was truly the reason I couldn't keep up with the keto diet.
Yeah.
So ever since I've sort of been just trying to figure out how do I maintain a healthier lifestyle without sacrificing the foods I really, really love. And bread is the big one. And so I think we've really done that with this product. There's other keto breads on the market, but I would argue and I would propose that this one really is the one that tastes the most like real bread, quote unquote real bread.
I think that had you not told me it was carb free, I don't think I would have noticed immediately, truly. And I've eaten a lot of the different keto brands, and they're, for the most part, I've enjoyed most of them, but this is the one I felt like immediately had the most. I mean, it like threw me a little bit. I think I sat there and ate it in front of you. I was like, oh, weird. In a good weird, of course.
Of course. Well, when we're out in the market a lot with this product, like in terms of farmers markets and events in the city, that's where we're selling it because it's brand new. And Jungle Gyms, I just love Jungle Gyms because you guys are so supportive of small companies, small brands, and we are one.
Yeah.
We are the quintessential food startup team. Me and my two girls, Sarah and Sarah, both named Sarah.
I like it.
So we're the three Doh Joy girls, and we're out in the markets all over town. We've been doing this since earlier in the spring, and probably the best compliment we can get is when we sample it, somebody tastes it, and they look at me, and they're like, "It's real bread." And I said, "Yeah, 100% real bread."
Right.
And that's what this is. It's real bread that just happens to have almost no carbs.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And so can I ask what the trick is in that regard?
Yes.
I'm always curious about that because obviously I know you mentioned the fiber, so that's offsetting a lot of it. But are there certain ingredients that are showing up in these things that do that you're willing to at least reveal?
For sure. And really that's a story that I should have my food scientist tell sometime because there is a lot of, there's a lot of really deep understanding of not just bread making, but of chemistry. And I don't want to scare people by using the word chemistry, but I mean, you have to remember an apple is made up of chemicals.
Right.
Everything.
Literally, to the regular bread making process you mentioned is a form of chemistry.
Right. No, it's from God.
Right. Yeah, I felt like the worst Egyptian ever going I didn't know we invented that.
I mean, yeast is a fungus.
Yeah.
So it's a single cell fungus. And in the process of it consuming sugar and carbs, it produces carbon dioxide, which ferments the dough, which causes it to rise, which creates bread.
Right.
That's a chemical process.
Yeah.
And so in food science, understanding how all of the ingredients work together to give you a food that mimics something else but excludes certain other qualities is a real skill. This is not something you're just going to kind of know how to do unless you really have that deep scientific understanding. And so Sarah is a incredibly skilled food scientist, and so she figured out the key technical challenge to figure out with this was how do you make a bread rise when it doesn't contain sugar? These little yeast are starving,
right?
Because they have no sugar to eat.
Yeah.
So you basically have to put food back into the dough to give the yeast something to eat, so that they can still produce that energy that results in carbonation that causes it to rise.
That's amazing.
And so that's what she did. And as a result of that too, you also have to kind of add back other ingredients that are going to give the bread flavor, because the yeast, that fermentation process, results in endless arrays of different types of bread. You've got ciabatta, you've got focaccia, you've got white bread, you've got wheat bread. There's infinite varieties of bread. And it's all based on the types of yeast, how much yeast, time bake, temp, all of those things.
Sure.
And so she figured out then with a different type of food for those yeasts to munch on and produce their, gases, and then different ingredients to help give the flavor profile she was looking for and all those other things. She basically created this balanced formula that results in a great bread.
That's so cool. And it's one of those things that I had a bread maker in here a few months ago, and I learned a little bit about the process then. But it's so fascinating to talk to people who really know about this. I'm like, that was the thing I missed out during the pandemic, is I would never baked any bread. That was like a thing at first.
I've never baked any bread. I leave this all to Sarah.
Well, we got to bring her back sometime.
Yes.
I've been very curious to
She will blow
interview.
your mind.
Yeah, that would be so
She'll
fun.
also go down. I can't understand her half the time. So, I mean, at your own risk.
No, that sounds fun. Maybe we'll do some experiments together. We'll create
that'd be
some
so
fun,
fun.
weird thing
That'd be
together.
great.
Yeah, and we'll tie the Doh Joy back into
Let's
it.
do it.
Apple cider vinegar, wheat and coconut.
Yeah, coconut oil is a really special ingredient. It also makes it really challenging.
Really?
Yeah.
What about that is so
Well,
challenging?
So there's different types of coconut oil, and we need this more solid type of coconut oil.
Okay.
And in a baking facility, we need it to be somewhat solid in order for it to proof properly.
Okay.
And we bake this product at this bread at North College Hill Bakery.
Oh.
And North College Hill Bakery is incredible. They've been around forever. We all adore all of the team there, especially Matt, the owner, and his wife, Terry. And they lovingly make this bread. And Sarah works alongside with them, and it's a very handmade process, a little automation, but they've got this oven in there that's it's this rolling oven, and it's huge, and it's deep, and it looks like it's literally going into the depths of hell as it's, churning. There's this whole life and death theme to all of this.
I kind of love that, though.
No. So
It's a cycle.
So anyway, the bakery is hot. And so coconut oil melts very quickly. And so we have to be really precise about when you then fold in the coconut oil because it has to still be somewhat solid. Otherwise it's melting everywhere. And then you have,
An oily
Doh
mess, I guess, right?
Doh Joy blobs, So
That'll be the next one we try, actually.
you might still like it. It's still pretty good. So where were we going with that?
We were just talking about, I don't know, I was caught up in the
Coconut
magic.
oil.
Coconut oil, yes, thank you.
Coconut oil is actually it's a rarer ingredient in bread, and I think it is because it's somewhat difficult to work with.
It makes sense.
But
And
it gives such great flavor.
I was just gonna say, and it's now you don't get it. It's not like a super strong flavor, but I could see it being that thing that adds a little of the bread's traditional sweetness that would probably be missing just because there's no sugar in this. Right. Very interesting. What a cool product.
I'm very proud of it. This is a baby.
Yeah, you're doing great stuff. Is Jungle Jim's one of the first places that's carrying you in a big way?
Indeed.
Oh, I love to hear it. First, only most.
I love it. So great. And we're going to have a great sale and
awesome.
some promotion around it. So
Well, that'll be exciting too.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this, I'm assuming this will probably be in natural foods more than likely, since that's where a lot of our health products are. We have a huge section for that. Since this is keto friendly and no carb, does this hit any of the other gluten free or any of those things? How does that? Okay.
Sadly, no.
I'm not educated in that world, so
Yeah.
this is just me trying to understand.
No, that's good. I mean, that is actually a common misconception. No, this is a gluten-full bread.
Okay.
So if you have celiac, it's going to be a problem.
No, but that's okay. A few trade-offs here and there, right?
Yeah, and honestly, it's, for people who are following a low-carb lifestyle, there are some obviously people who are also interested in vegetarianism and veganism, and this bread is.
Okay.
But it's not really, generally people who are vegetarian, vegan, they like carbs. They eat a lot of carbs.
Right.
So this is more for people who are really watching those macros.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sugar and protein and carb counts all are very carefully watched. People, who are watching their diets, doing Weight Watchers points. This is a great option. And folks who are diabetic, it's a great option.
Oh, that's a great point.
But then we also have a really interesting group of people who are very fit, very buff.
Yeah.
Bodybuilders.
I'm excited about that.
It's very exciting for them also.
That's super cool.
Yeah. So.
Because they're kind of an untapped market in a weird way. I feel like when you hear keto, it's mostly people on the weight loss end. But it's interesting to me see how many people in the fitness game are very invested in that. And I imagine that their diets are very unhappy. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but they're probably not eating fun stuff. Yep. It's I'm really looking forward to chicken and vegetables and rice again or whatever. So I imagine this affords them a lot of cool opportunities to try some stuff.
There's been a lot of excitement for this in that community.
That's so cool.
Sure.
Well, look at you just making waves for everybody.
Thanks.
I love it.
Thanks.
You're
We're
welcome.
pretty excited about it.
Okay, so we've got food scientist Sarah. There's another Sarah too, right?
There is.
What's she do?
So Sarah is our artist. She's our resident artist. But she's graphic design, package design, branding, marketing. So she's created this very joyful, brand,
Yeah.
Doh Joy.
It's fun. It's got I love the little smiling bread here. He's adorable, or she's adorable. They are adorable.
And
it's 2022. I'm hip.
The purpley red and the orangey, colors were choicefully selected because they represent joy. I mean, there's actually a really interesting study of what is it that constitutes joy.
Yeah.
And there's TED Talks on it.
Oh, I love that.
It's the little things in life that bring you joy. It's not anything grandiose. It doesn't have to be expensive. It's just the little things like enjoying a sandwich, smelling a flower, hearing a favorite, tune. If you take the time to notice it, it's joyful. And so, it's part of that kind of mentality of being in the moment and being aware. And so we wanted to bring that into the brand as well.
Oh, that's really cool.
Giving people back those, one of those joyful occasions in their life when they can enjoy bread again without any guilt. It's a big thing.
Yeah, huge fan of that. Yes. A huge fan of guilt.
Should not be.
No, right? Well, and this is all part of your Launch Kitchen brands, right?
Yes.
So if I am not mistaken, I feel should I just, said I'd lie to the audience, but that's really how we met, was through some of the other brands that you work with too.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what Launch Kitchen does.
Sure. So I have been the owner of Launch Kitchen for several years now. Actually, we went through a little bit of a change. So it's the last year with Launch Kitchen. Before that, it was another company. I had different owners. We don't.
Yeah, things happen. Yeah,
right. But we are really dedicated to helping entrepreneurs bring new food products to the market. So that's why I'm such a big fan of Jungle, because you guys always are so accepting of the food that we bring and launch in the market. And it's so important at this early initial stages of launch that we really understand and learn how do you get a product into the store in a way that people are going to notice it, and the right people are going to notice it, the ones who it's designed for, and how do you get their attention in the store, and all of those things. And Jungle's been just amazing partner to us as we, bring, really incubate these new food brands.
I always think about us being on the food front lines a little bit, where it's all right, well, we'll explore some stuff, and hopefully that will encourage our audience to do it. So I think it's really cool that you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You're the front line of the front line, for real though, because you're out there finding, you've turned me on to so many cool things in just the short time that we've known each other.
Well, we're the ones who, if you have grandma's recipe and you've got lots of friends who all say you really need to do something with this, you should be in Kroger.
Yeah.
You should be in a store, a big store with it, because people love this product.
Yeah.
Then unless you know something about food manufacturing and commercialization, it's a really hard step to take.
Right.
And so we're there to really help new food entrepreneurs figure that out. Take a recipe, convert it into a formula, which is really a commercialized recipe that uses ingredients that are going to be commercially available at scale.
Yeah.
And then from there, what's the right packaging for this product? And then we have to think about the branding, and then we have to think about the manufacturing of it, and all of these. It's an overwhelming amount of information that you have to, for most people, learn.
Yeah.
So we kind of help our clients go through that whole end-to-end process of getting their product from a concept into the store and on a shelf, or online. And so that's the business that I've been in for several years, and both Sarahs have also been in the same space for
So it makes
long
perfect
time.
sense.
Yeah. So together we all have very compatible competencies.
Yeah.
To be able to do this work for our clients.
Oh, a
really
good little brain
exciting.
Trust action there. I love that.
It's really fun. We're really grateful to be able to do such fun work.
That's amazing. How do you find some of these products if that's not too secret?
Not at all.
The secret sauce.
People find us,
Okay.
and we definitely go through a sort of a process where we're trying to make sure that we're the right partners, because once you go on this journey, this is several years.
Sure.
That we're together, and these products become our babies.
Right.
And so. Yeah, they find us and we help them along, and then we become like a big family. So.
I love that, actually. And, it is one of those things, thinking about it, where Yeah, I mean, so many of these projects are passion projects, right? It's usually just one person kind of trying to like, all right, I jarred 100 bottles of sauce, and I'm going to go to the farmer's market and hope they sell, you know, whatever. So it's really cool that you're offering a service like that. Very interesting. Now I'm like, what products do I have that I'd like to make my million on?
Yeah, you're a foodie.
Yeah, I have a few in there. I just haven't.
You do.
Yeah, I know. Keep them close to the vest for now, but off air, I'll probably dive in more. That's so amazing. Well, I obviously wish you the best. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I know we already planned this. Again, I'm just continuing to lie to everybody. But I think we should make some sandwiches and let's see if people can taste the difference.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Let's do it.
Well, it's time to do the sandwich taste-off of the century. I'm excited about this. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience first?
Hi, I'm Erin. I know Mark from another podcast that I work on and Twitter. And I love food. I'm a self-proclaimed food critic.
I appreciate you coming out, Erin. Seriously, this is going to be a lot of fun. So
I'm excited.
What we've got today is we're trying out some new breads for you.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be as vague as possible. Maybe I should let you lead a little bit more on that, Julie, here as far as how to set this up.
Just we're just curious which of the breads you seem to like best with the various sandwiches.
Okay.
And then as you eat them, we'll tell you a little more, and I think we keep it open at this point.
That sounds good to me. So yeah, in that case then, if you want, pick a sandwich. So they're in pairs, so 2, 2, and 2. I would say pick one from each plate relative to what. So that one down there is a peanut butter jelly. I've got ham, Swiss, and mustard on that one. So I'm assuming that's probably a no, judging from what I
hate mustard, so I'm going to start with that one to get it out of the way.
We don't have to try them all. So if you want to just pick one,
I try them all.
Okay. I think that should be fine.
What the bread combo is like with
Awesome.
each sandwich.
Well, in that case, why don't we start with PB&J since it's down there. So if you want to pull a half off each one and go for it, I can slide them over.
Okay. Wait, so this has both types of bread on it?
No, so just pick one of those off there.
It's one type of bread,
And then I'll
that's
grab you one of the other ones. And this is...
Making some judgments already. This feels like traditional regular bread, the way it's cut.
I love the sneaky
She's gonna be a
face.
tough critic. I could.
I think so too.
Yeah. Look at her. She's like, yeah, I'm definitely a tough critic.
I mean, that's good, but
Okay.
I'm pretty certain that's not real bread. Oh my God, what if that's wrong? I'm
Perfect.
just so confident.
I want you to feel uncomfortable and potential shame.
This is real bread.
Oh, so help us understand what's the difference between the two.
If I'm wrong, that's the best. Whatever type of, what is this, keto, gluten-free? What's the vibe?
Well, that's what we're sort of wondering. So which one you think this one is real bread, and so does that make that one not real bread?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
But just answer it. It's okay. There's no wrong answer here. This is ultimately fact-finding.
Texture. Oh, I just spit. Sorry to all our viewers.
So you can swear, but you can't spit on the show.
This texture is just not as fluffy.
Okay.
It's it's still good. Like, I would eat this, but like when it comes to white bread, like I want it to be so soft and like almost getting soggy. This feels like it wouldn't get soggy, which is great for a lot of people. I love soggy stuff. This is like a bread, like a bakery bread. This is like a Kroger bread.
And you think it's a bakery bread because
love it.
why?
Because of the crust being chewier, it just seems more fancier. Like this seems like the plastic bag tied bread that you get at the store, and this seems like maybe someone sliced it.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good take.
Yeah. So what's better, worse about each?
Subjectively for me, with a peanut butter and jelly, and I will tell you for those two, I'm probably gonna like this one better. But for a peanut butter and jelly, I want soft, flexible, flimsy, cheap 89-cent loaf of bread.
Oh, that's awesome. I love this. All right, so round one. All right, in that case, let me slide down.
Yeah.
I'll have you use the same plate just since I didn't think that far in
Oh,
advance.
this is my plate. I
Yes,
forgot.
sorry.
Our objective was to torture you with this exercise.
That's good. See, like, when I'm eating a sandwich with lunch meat on it, I want that other texture coming in. Like, I don't want a flimsy, soggy sandwich because I want like a little bit of bite back.
Sure.
I don't even want to eat this one.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'm committed to this.
I appreciate it. That's the kind of dedication I need.
Why is it?
Oh God, mustard's disgusting. It's just foul. Like, it's just vinegar paste. Oh. No, this one is way better, and it's because of that chewy crust.
Okay.
Like, that is, like, you can make a sandwich at home, you know, and it's not that good.
Sure.
I make good sandwiches, but whatever. But this seems like I went to a deli and I got this sandwich, and that's the type of bread they would have there. So I like that crust for that. I don't like it for that.
Okay.
But
enough.
in this taste test, I prefer this bread.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
Okay.
And you want to do the chicken salad too?
I absolutely. Let's find out. I will tell you, the flavor of these breads is identical. It's really about the texture for me. That is the only way I would have been able to tell the difference. And I kind of prefer this flavor with the other types, like sandwiches that I would get at a deli. I prefer this flavor.
Okay.
Sandwiches that I would make at home, I want this incredibly soft and just like classic bleached white bread flavor. Love that.
The refined white loaf.
The literally, like, probably terrible for me white loaf. Okay.
And I feel that's why I'm so curious about the chicken salad one, because I feel like that's a halfway point between the textures today.
No.
Nope. Oh, okay.
Because chicken salad is so mushy, I like this texture a lot better. Which is interesting because peanut butter and jelly is famously mushy. But
Right.
it's just something about, I think it's the nostalgia of the 89-cent bag bread with the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But I prefer this one 2 out of 3 times.
That's awesome.
So what do you think this bread is? Is this, you were describing it as potentially like a deli style bread or a bakery style bread. Is there any other, if you had to imagine where you might buy it or what it is?
I have no idea. They taste so similar. This one is like wheatier. Like, I can taste that it derives from wheat.
I love it.
I don't know what this bread is or how it works or if it's derived from wheat, but it tastes like it's less derived from wheat than this one. But I think the texture is amazing. They taste almost identical. And if you're asking me what I think this is, I have literally no idea.
I think we should tell her.
Well, it's bread. I mean, it's bread.
Okay.
And it's real bread.
Okay.
It's just, it doesn't have carbs. So it has under 1 net carb.
What does that mean?
So it means that it mostly consists of dietary fiber and protein, and half the calories of this guy, maybe more.
Okay.
And it was designed to be real bread. It's made of wheat. Actually has things in it like coconut oil and sunflower protein and apple cider vinegar.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is it gluten-free?
No,
Okay.
not gluten-free.
Okay. But
Full
I could
gluten.
eat it if I was on keto because there's no carbs.
You can
Or
eat,
less than.
yeah, I mean, if you're watching calories too, I mean, it's a way of enjoying bread without having to worry about your macros, if you're following your macros, or if you're watching your calories or you're watching your carbs.
And how many grams of fiber in one slice of bread?
9 grams.
So if I ate a sandwich, that's almost my daily fiber. I need fiber. That's
Yeah.
like I use the calorie tracker app just to see how much fiber I'm getting in a day because I'm like low, not doing great. And I need 20 in a day,
It's an
and
excellent
one
source
sandwich
of
would
fiber.
be almost there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can make that claim. Excellent source of fiber.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my God, good job. Did you make this bread?
I mean, I didn't make it. My business partner made it, she
Okay.
happens to be a food scientist. But yes, it's great for anyone like diabetics, anyone who is just really careful about sugar and carbs, fitness.
It's the fiber really got me going.
I'm excited. It gets all of us going. All right, another taste tester in the room. Why don't you introduce yourself to the audience for me?
I'm Dick Gross,
Thank
local native to the Fairfield group in the Fairfield area. musician, traveler,
Yeah,
fisherman, farmer,
I love it.
everything.
All of the F words.
Renaissance man.
There we go. Exactly. Renaissance man.
Well, today, Dick, what we'd like you to do is try some sandwiches for us. So we have an
Yes.
assortment of sandwiches up here. I guess at this point, I could probably just slide in the actual plates, huh?
Yeah. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet today.
Good. Well, all of these are for you.
Really?
Yeah, for real. So whatever you'd like to, eat as much as you'd like.
I will eat all of them.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, we'll lead off with the PB&J again here. I'll slide these up for you.
There we go.
All right, so each one is a different bread, and we just want to know. We'll start just simple thoughts. Try it. Let us know what you think of both.
Okay. What am I looking for?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
Just eat it blindly.
Just your reaction.
That's a PB&J.
Okay, correct.
I mean, that's almost.
I wish I had the gong out
grape
now.
jelly.
Yeah, classic. I had to go
Yeah,
Concord. Only the best for you. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
local farm to table grapes or something.
Concords.
Yeah. Flown over
So
on.
now, do you want me to try like a bite of this one and a bite of this one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll dive into more thoughts. I love that you guys all are like, what's he up to?
Tasty.
Okay. So, thoughts just overall so far.
I like this bread.
Okay.
It's like, this is really soft, which is cool. But I like this one because it's a little bit, it has more body to it.
Okay.
Pretty similar in taste, really. I mean, yeah.
What do you mean by body?
Like it's a firmer bread. Like this is really soft, so you don't get the mouth feel of it. It's just kind of like blends into everything. And this one at least has like something to it. When you bite into it, you can actually like taste it.
Sure.
You know.
Cool.
Love it. Beautiful take.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Keep Eating and
Oh
actually
yeah.
do that.
I'm gonna eat.
I'll start
I'll
sliding
eat
the
whole
next ones
time.
down.
What's that one?
So the next one here. So I guess I can say it's you're tasting the same breads repeatedly.
Right.
So
Okay.
just to be clear. But this next one is ham, Swiss, and mustard.
Ooh.
A classic.
What kind of ham?
It's a cherrywood smoked ham.
Oh.
I'm using the Alpine Lacy Swiss on there. And the mustard is, it's from a guy named the Mustard Man. And he's great. You can get him here at the
Okay.
store too. It's seriously wonderful. Shout out to you, Tim, Mustard Man.
I was just doing a walk through the store
Yeah.
and saw some things I need to pick up. And I was like, oh, I better get back over here. Okay. We'll try this one first.
Yeah, I thought we'd make all kinds of different textural ones too,
Yeah.
just to see. It's like, you know.
Is that a like it, dislike it face?
Did I put too much mustard? Okay.
No, that's the bread sticking in my teeth.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I say when like bread, like this bread has like a more body to it, doesn't like instantly stick to your teeth.
Yeah, like get on the roof of your mouth. Worst timeline.
All right. I'm still clearing it.
So I think we can call out at this point that this bread that you're tasting here is the Doh Joy bread.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So this is a new bread on the market and available here at Jungle Gyms.
Okay.
So we're just now kind of curious to know if you can think of why it might be special, because it's different from the more classic white sandwich bread.
No, take time. Realistically, what this show is really about is just people who want to watch people eat. So
Oh man.
I'll just
I can do
slow
this
zooms.
anytime you want.
You
call
I
me.
will really call you if you're being serious.
Yeah. I like food.
You
if
can call
can't-
me too.
Yeah, well, of course. You're already on speed dial.
Yeah, I do like this bread compared to like your normal, like traditional white, like I guess white bread. Because like it does do that. This doesn't have that. You bite into it, it doesn't instantly like disintegrate and stick to everything.
Yeah.
Which is, that's always how white bread is. But this one at least has a body to it. It's really good.
I love it. Want to try the last one too?
Sure. What is that?
Chicken salad. So this one we did chicken salad. It's got some grapes and walnuts in it.
Oh man,
Is that okay?
Is
sir?
that in-house made?
It is in-house made, exclusive to Jungle Gyms.
Wow. You know what aisles? What aisles that in?
Deli.
I'm gonna eat all this. I'm just
no,
saying.
of course. The real trick here today is that I just wanted to send people home with a lot of sandwiches.
There's nothing going home with me.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
be eating it right here.
We're doing live samples in the store again, folks.
This is great. Ooh.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I like the bread. It's really good.
So,
What makes it so special?
well, which of these breads, this one or this one, do you think has fewer carbs, carbohydrates?
What's a carb?
So I gather you're not really into like the watching your macros or dietary fiber or protein. Some people are. Some
I made
people
the
are.
same
No,
face.
I'm into just like if I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna eat it.
Awesome.
Like I don't personally worry about any of that stuff, but you know, there are people that do. So
There
it's
are.
good to know like that kind of
And
stuff.
there are some people who have been avoiding eating bread altogether because of concerns about carbs
Yeah.
and sugar.
Okay.
And so we're wondering, like, of the two, does it taste like that would have fewer carbs than that one?
No. That one just kind of feels cheaper. I mean, that's a way to
So
say it.
I
cool
love
to
it.
say it.
Thank you.
Yes.
It does. This feels like a better like real bread.
Yeah.
Like especially if you eat bread that you've made yourself at home, and you know it has like that density to it. Mm-hmm. That's how this feels compared to like. I'm guessing this is just standard white
So
bread.
we love that because it is a special bread in that it does have all that substance and it has under 1 net carb,
Okay.
which basically means it has
Is that in like one piece?
in one piece,
Okay.
right?
I didn't know if it's
So-
like in one bag. Like
Because
No,
I
but
think-
you're eating one, like this sandwich is one serving.
okay, it's just 2 pieces of bread.
Well, in
or
this
that's
case,
just
it's
one.
a half. It's
oh, that's
only
right.
one.
That's, okay.
Yeah. So you can have that sandwich, and the bread portion only gives you 40 calories, which is half of what this bread will give you.
I think it's actually. I think the one that we picked.
it
I think it's
more
actually
than
like
that?
100 calories a
Oh
slice.
my gosh! Yes.
But
So
Oh no.
I know.
I know.
And I'm gonna watch my carbs all the time.
Well, there's been this whole movement of the anti-carb thing, right? And it's by the way, I think the American diet probably does have too much sugar, too many carbs. So it's kind of nice, but I feel like people. We were joking earlier, like people just get kind of caught up, and they're like, "Well, now I'm miserable if I
Right.
have to make dietary
Right.
choices." But
Wasn't that like the Atkins thing? Wasn't it
exactly,
the same?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, keto's just advanced Atkins. It's like Atkins Plus. It's a streaming service.
Right. So, and a lot of these breads that have the nutrition profile of ours tend to be pretty cardboardy. They're really dry. They taste kind of starchy. I had one person say, "Oh my gosh, they taste like dust." So we really strive to create a bread that tastes like real bread.
Yeah.
And so when you say it tastes like a real bread with substance, that's the ultimate compliment because it also doesn't have carbs.
Okay.
Nailed
Now,
it.
There we go.
See, I love it. A little blind taste test, and you nail exactly. That's so good to me.
Now, how come we didn't do like a grilled cheese paired with like a tomato soup?
It's so
That's
funny.
where, because you want to think classics, you know.
We did think about that actually, and then Julie even brought a griddle, and then I mean, I really don't have a good.
Do they not
excuse.
have like tomato bisque over there?
They probably do in the tomato bisque aisle.
Probably
it's
was
the
that-
one
is that
section.
38? Is it International
Oh, orange
Foods?
38. Yes, yeah. Not to be confused with the yellow 38.
The giraffe aisle.
Yes, exactly. I'll just look right underneath the NASCAR. You know,
Oh yeah, I thought there is one over there.
I love giving directions in the store. It's always something silly like that. Right? You're gonna walk through the Roman Coliseum. Go
You'll
under
pass,
the NASCAR.
you'll pass the possum family.
To get to the porta potties, I
That's
had
right.
to pass the race car.
Right.
You'll pass
Imagine-
the giant cheese.
Yeah, right. I love like people who haven't been here before are definitely like, what are they talking about? And then no, the rest
I
of
just
us.
always head straight towards the Jerry Garcia Airstream.
Yeah, I love
It
it. Yeah.
centers me.
I usually come in and go straight to the hot sauce section.
Oh yeah, the fire truck.
Yes, the fire truck. Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently, Jungle drove that into the building too. I thought that was
Really?
pretty cool. Like, yeah, and I think they stripped the gears on it shortly after this, but it did work at a time, which that's always fun. So, I'm glad. Would you say that you liked it?
Yeah. because I'm not like I said, digging it off my teeth, which is a bonus.
Oh, for sure. I thought you asked a good question. I'm going to steal it for this one. Yeah. If they were to come out with a new bread flavor, for lack of a better term, what would be like
bread flavor?
You know what I mean, like wheat or something like that. What would you want to see? What's your bread of choice usually?
Personally, I just like white bread.
Okay.
Like I don't know, multi-grain's okay.
Okay.
But that tastes like, to me it tastes too sandy. If it's like a flavor profile to tell you,
I get
sandy,
it. This is the
green.
dust thing.
It is.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
But you,
It does.
I'm also a fan
It's so
of
weird to
those,
hear her say that, but I was like, you're so right.
I think I know this person.
like cinnamon raisins, always cool.
Oh,
You know,
that's interesting.
Then
Yeah.
you'd be looking at breakfast stuff now, and
Okay.
other ways to incorporate it. French toast, boom.
Look at you. Oh my gosh, that's dangerous.
I travel for work, so I'm
Right.
always in hotels having to make up a breakfast that's different every day.
Yeah.
So you're always trying to find something else to.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. All right. So it's on the list now. Well, thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate
thanks
it.
for having
And
me.
Julie, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
You're welcome. Thank you for having
Congratulations.
me. Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course. Well, I'm looking forward to eating more of it, and we've got it in the
Yes.
stores now. So, and I think we're running some specials on it, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, too, right?
Yes, we are. On sale for $6.49 this week, and we are a local startup, so you're supporting a brand new company.
Julie and the
brand new
Sarahs.
brand, woman owned.
Yeah.
There's 3 of us behind this product line. So
Where are you based out of? Where's your?
Blue Ash.
Really?
And the bread is made at North College Hill Bakery. So
Okay.
we developed it in Blue Ash, and it's baked at North College Hill.
Love
Nice.
it. Keeping it local, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
support
A lot
a
of
local.
locals coming out of Blue Ash lately.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
It's a hot area of talent.
it is. It definitely
is?
is.
I'm telling myself that because I lived
Hey,
there at
you
one point.
just say it because there's Mark's Hot Bagels over there.
You know it. I'm like,
Which is being remodeled, by the way.
oh.
We love the Marks guys.
Yeah, I'm here for their
Absolutely.
tuna salad. I would fight to the death over it. I don't know why.
Totally.
Yeah,
Me
it's,
too.
it's really good.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Next
keep eating
time.
this.
Please, by all means, that's the rest of the show. All right, folks, that's the rest of the show. Enjoy.
Well, enjoy me eating this sandwich.
Julie, Aaron, and Dick, thank you all so much for your time. Julie, really appreciate finally getting on the show like this. It was a great time. For all of you out there, like she mentioned, we've still got some great deals on her Doh Joy bread, so come on in and check them out. This is the end of the show. Oh, did I just undo it? That's what happens when you have a giant head. But I'm hanging out in the toy aisle because as we were getting over here to shoot the outro, I found a bunch of fun new things. In particular, I'm really excited about these little. These are little cat hats, and there's one of 6 styles available in here, and you don't know which one it is until you open it up and force it on your cat, who can't say no, which is the best part about owning a cat, right? On that, though, folks, I'm going to go see how angry I can get Kibby to be at me when I get home with this baby, and I'll see you out there in the aisles.
The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.